Welcome on our video, on the 50 things you didn't know about Africa. Before traveling to Africa, the video revealed several interesting development facts and trends about sub-Saharan African countries. Discover 50 things you didn't know about Africa. Economy. 1. Nigeria has the largest population in sub-Saharan Africa, 158.4 million people, and accounts for 19% of the continent's total population. 2. South Africa's and Nigeria's GDP in nominal prices comprised about 50% of total SSA's GDP. 3. SSA GDP growth was 5%. Chad, Liberia, Ethiopia and Zimbabwe had the largest growth at 13%, 10.3%, 9.9% and 9% respectively by rank. 26 of the 48 SSA countries had a growth of over 5% for the same period. 4. South Africa has SSA's largest real GDP, $187 billion. The smallest is Guinea-Bissau, $244 million. 5. The gross national income, GNI, per capita of the richest sub-Saharan African country, Equatorial Guinea, is 76 times larger than the GNI per capita of the poorest, Democratic Republic of Congo. 6. The total GDP per capita of the richest 10 African countries was 22.6 times of the poorest 10. The 10 richest by order are Seychelles, Equatorial Guinea, Mauritius, Gabon, Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, Cape Verde, Swaziland and Angola, while the 10 poorest by rank are Congo Democratic Republic, Burundi, Eritrea, Guinea-Bissau, Niger, Malawi, Ethiopia, Central African Republic, Madagascar and Liberia. 7. Between 1990 and 1999 PPP GNI per capita growth was 15%, $1,176.30 to $1,357.20 for sub-Saharan Africa, and between 2000 and 2010 it was 63%. $1,403.40 to $2,288.70. 8. SSA experienced an increase in both exports and imports. Exports increased from $300 billion in 2009 to $375 billion in 2010, a 25% increase, while imports increased from $330 billion in 2008 to $379 billion in 2010, a 15% increase. 9. In 21% of sub-Saharan African countries, one or two products accounts for at least 75% of total exports. 10. The largest recipient of Net Official Development Assistance, ODA, in sub-Saharan Africa received an amount 72 times larger than the smallest recipient. The largest recipient is Democratic Republic of Congo, US $3,543 million, and the smallest is São Tomé and Príncipe, US $49 million. 11. In 3 countries by rank, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia and Togo, the agriculture value added as percentage of GDP was over 40%, 49%, 48%, and 43%, respectively. In South Africa it is lowest at 2.5%. 12. In 2009, South Africa utilizes the most electric power per person, 4,532 kilowatts per hour. Ethiopia utilizes the least, 45 kilowatts per hour. 13. Tanzania has the highest proportion of women aged 15 to 24 in its labor force, 81%. Mauritania had the lowest, 22%. Equatorial Guinea has the highest proportion of men aged 15 to 24 in its labor force, 88%. Gabon has the lowest, 27%. 14. 27 countries have their female participation rates higher than the SSA average, 64.3%. Burundi, Malawi, Mozambique and Rwanda have higher female participation rates than male. Mauritania and Sudan have the lowest women participation rates, 29 and 32 respectively. Well-being. 15. In 2009, HIV/AIDS caused the death of 310,000 adults and children in South Africa, and less than 1,000 in Comoros, Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Mauritania, and Mauritius respectively. 16. Flows of international development assistance to sub-Saharan African countries to fight HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases increased by 14.5% from 2009 to 2010, US $3,887.60 in 2009 to US $4,450 in 2010. 17. In the decade, 2000 to 2010, Liberia and Rwanda have made the greatest gains in life expectancy, 10 and 9 years respectively. Conversely, life expectancy has decreased in 3 countries, namely, South Africa, 3 years, Swaziland, 0.3 years, and Lesotho, 0.2 years. 18. In 2009, Equatorial Guinea had the highest adult literacy rate, 93%, Chad had the lowest, 34%. 19. In 2009, Lesotho had 95% of women literate, compared to the lowest the figure of 23% for Chad. 20. Seychelles has the highest gross enrollment rate in secondary education, 119%. Central African Republic has the lowest, 13%. 21. In Seychelles there are 13 children per primary school teacher, there are almost 84 in Central African Republic. 22. The number of clinical cases of malaria reported in sub-Saharan Africa decreased by almost 1% between 2009 and 2010, while the number of reported deaths due to malaria increased by 15% during the same period. 23. Sierra Leone had the highest increase in reported deaths due to malaria from 2009 to 2010, 1,734 to 8,188. The highest decrease is in Côte d'Ivoire, 18,156 to 1,023. 24. The literacy rate among youth, 15 to 24, in Gambia went up by 19% in 10 years, from 52.6% in 2000 to 65.5% in 2010. 25. Infant mortality declined in almost all countries during 1990 to 2010. The largest decline was in Madagascar and Malawi, by 56%. 26. The average number of children per woman in sub-Saharan Africa decreased from 6 in 1990 to 5 in 2010. 7. Countries: Burundi, Cape Verde, Ethiopia, Namibia, Swaziland. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and share.